Hello everybody, and I figured that since I keep telling Wee Guy that I was gonna put reviews out, and I kept saying, oh, I'm gonna put out Rocky Legends and this and that, and I even said that I was gonna put out reviews, but due to work wearing me out and my having no control over my emotions and just feeling like shit on a regular basis, I've been kind of delaying stuff. But anyway, this is my review of Dragonforce's Ultra Beatdown album. This is a really solid album if you like Dragonforce. For everybody else who never really got why Dragonforce is mainstream, don't bother with this. If you didn't like Human Rampage, if you didn't like Sonic Firestorm, you're not gonna like this, which is my biggest criticism of Dragonforce in general. If you like Dragonforce, then you're gonna like their albums. If you don't, you're never gonna like them. Anyway, I'm gonna go over the songs that I'm most familiar with, then I'm gonna move on to the ones I'm not so familiar with. Heroes of Our Time, good starting song, fast-paced, great guitar solos. Dave McIntosh is crackhead as always. Sam Tatum kind of doesn't really seem to belong in Dragonforce. You look at this and you look at stuff that he's done for Power Quest. The stuff he does for Power Quest sounds a lot better because that, I don't want to call Herman Lee an egomaniac, but I think he kind of is because he's hogging the spotlight half the time with the guitar solo. So, at least, Vadim gets some really good keyboard solos in certain songs. I'm not sure if there's like a really good one. You can tell me if there is, but I personally didn't really see one in there. Moving on, track 2, The Fire Still Burns. Here's my biggest problem with Dragonforce in general. It seems like Ultimate Warrior's writing their songs. I can never figure out what the fuck they're trying to convey in any of their songs. It just seems, it's like, okay, let's make the vocals so forgettable that, and everything else so memorable that nobody really cares about lyrics and how shitty it is. It's this. I'm not so much of a big fan of when they start off with vocals and work their way to guitar and all that. It's a pretty decent song. After that, we have Reasons to Live. It starts off at a bad foot with it sound kind of like a drill or something like that. It's just grating on the ears. Then we move on to the rest of it. Standard Dragonforce affair. It's pretty decent, in my opinion. Heartbreak Armageddon is when it starts getting really good. Good slower paced guitars leading to a standard song. Vadim's got a really just awesome keyboard solo in there. It's either this one or Inside the Winter Storm. I'm not too sure. Still solid, good Dragonforce standard stuff. I'm gonna give it an 8. After that, we have A Flame for Freedom. This is what the songs that I am not so big of a fan of because apparently nobody really knows how to write memorable lyrics. Where you compare this to Power Quest, where at least you can figure out what the fuck they're trying to convey in their songs. This is where Power Quest surges on ahead, in my opinion, of Dragonforce. Even though Power Quest has some of the same members as Dragonforce. Steve Williams, who quit Dragonforce, is in Power Quest. Sam Tatum I believe it's pronounced, plays guitar for them quite often because they're all pretty good friends amongst each other. Anyway, back to A Flame for Freedom. It really kind of tries to make it seem like there's an emphasis on lyrics, but it's like an Ultimate Warrior promo with some decent guitar and that in there. It's okay, but I personally, I'm running through the list on an album. It's like, okay, this, and this I've listened to and I want to delete. After that, we have Inside the Winter Storm, which is the fastest song out of them all, or the most regularly fast song. There's not really too much of a slow point in there. This is probably one of the more solid songs. And it's a really good one that I really enjoyed it. And I don't know, for some reason I like just listening to how unmemorable one song is compared to like other bands where Dream Theater, I can pick out songs from albums like, oh, that one's Constant Motion, that one's Octavarium, or that one's Count Tuscany, and so forth. All these songs kind of seem to blend. My biggest problem with Dragonforce, it all blends together. Nothing really stands out with the exception of Fury of the Storm, Through the Fire and Flames, Heroes of Our Time, and the Warrior Inside, with the occasion of a really memorable bad one like Trail of Broken Hearts. Anyway, this is probably the one I see myself air guitaring the most of all the songs. And I kind of, anyway, moving on, I kind of forgot a song, which was The Last Journey Home. Again, this is not too memorable. This kind of blends in with other songs on the album. It's a solid song. It's just not that memorable. Then finally, to wrap the album up, we have The Warrior Inside. The start of it kind of sounds like a freaking carnival, and I kind of like that beat to it. It sounds kind of original for the band, which, saying that for Dragonforce is not much because, I don't know, I have a hard time trying to associate the word original with Dragonforce. Out of them all, I think this has the most solid Herman Lee guitar bits, even though I think Herman Lee's an egotistical fucking maniac, and I know this is gonna piss people off, but hey, it's my opinion. And this is a good wrap-up song for the rest of them. Last bit of it has like this smooth melody like Heroes of Our Time. And it's another really good song. It's tied for me for best song on the album. Overall, I like this. Again, this is another one where if you like Dragonforce, get it. If you don't bother. I would give it an 8, but I think even Dragonforce fans are gonna notice a tendency with the songs, and they all blend together. I'm gonna give it overall 8 out of 10. I highly recommend it for fans only. Everybody else, stick away from it.